Welcome back from the break. Now, we know that many Ugandans find challenges accessing markets, especially beyond the African continent. Tonight, we learn about the experience of an African trader to Canada.
A journey to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Susan Perma, a Ugandan entrepreneur who started small selling products to her classmates at school, started up an enterprise dealing in food trade, exporting food to Canada. Her success in this business was driven by courage and determination. She shares her story on how she managed to thrive in this business.
We deal in a lot of products from Uganda to Canada. Outside of exporting food to our clients in different parts of the world, we also supply food locally. We supply foods to restaurants, some hotels. The dry produce we supply to some stores within Kampala and parts of Western Uganda, and also Eastern Uganda. I started this business with inspiration to want to market Uganda to North America. When I first relocated to Canada, of course, the first thing I did was try to go to school, and the perspective about African countries, African people, like some people I would talk to had no idea about Uganda. Some of them would say they've never heard about Uganda. So I would always be talking about the good things that we have in Uganda, you know, the skills and the good food and stuff like that. So I started coordinating with small scale, like talented people down here who produce really things that were very appreciative, like craft bags, you know, sandals, you know, jewelry and stuff like that. So I would do small shipments, you know, and I would sell them to my clients, to my classmates, who then later became my clients. So I then decided to do my research into the food market down here, because I always believed that Uganda is rich, like blessed with, you know, abundance of food. So I was like, what happens if I could get, you know, quality food down here and try to export it to Canada? And I registered the business and I started doing trial shipments of food. I started, you know, looking into what foods do Ugandans eat that could also be close to the continental, you know, kind of foods that people like.
With her dedication, Susan has acquired more knowledge and skills through research and interacting with different farmers, which has made it easier for her to understand the business better.
I work with a team of farmers down here, of course, following the guidelines of Ministry of Agriculture. So I work with farmers down here who produce, like, you know, the green bananas. Over there we call them green bananas, which is the matoke. I do the apple bananas, which are the sweet little bananas. And then I do passion fruits, garden eggs, which I think here we call lentula. Yes, and I also sometimes venture into dry foods like the beans. Our food is very nutritious. Like when people eat it, they don't want to buy the other foods.
However, in any business, there are always unforeseen circumstances which hinder its growth, but Susan has been able to overcome them.
Well, doing business across the region is something I would say it's interesting, but it has its own challenges. And when you're hit by the challenges, it's big. You realize that there's a lot of discriminatory like rates, shipping rates, and they're not reliable. Like this month you can ship at like a good rate and then next month it's something else. And now with the COVID situation, they also have like extra charges that they put in, and they will tell you this is because of COVID. So these are things that we cannot control. If government can step in and talk to the airlines or work together with the airlines. I've actually reached out to some government offices and I'm like, look here, we're saying we want to market Uganda to the diaspora. You need to support us. Some of us are out here ready to do the job, but there are areas where we need you to step in, because where we feel manipulated in terms of prices and rates, and sometimes you may have a situation with the airline where your food delays, and these are perishable foods, and by the time you receive them in Canada, the food has perished, it's gone to waste. But you can't even fight that battle, especially for some of us who are small-scale exporters. So you find that you make profits, maybe 3 shipments, and then 1 shipment goes down. And then also some of our farmers down here are not trained to the level that they can meet the quality, the international quality. So what we try to do trainings to bring them to the standard where they can now prepare for us food that is top-notch quality, but you find that sometimes there's no consistency.
Value addition is another concept that she has used to deliver better quality products.
I'm doing my basic research on how I can add value to the products that we already have here and make them very attractive for the local market here and also for the international market. You need to put a product out there that even when a client pays money for it, they actually appreciate what they are taking.
Susan shares some of the principles that have helped her thrive in this business.
Personally, quality comes first before anything else. For Africa Heaven, we really put quality before anything else, because if our clients take our products and the quality is good, then they will always come back, then they will always refer us to other clients.
She shares some of the fruitful yields that she has been able to achieve from this business.
To me, it's an achievement seeing that we are now trying to explore other markets. The experience that we have gained over time in this business, it's like I understand the business now like the back of my hands. And me seeing, the farmers, as we train the farmers, you see, the hope and the joy on their faces. For me, that's an achievement.
This is where she sees herself in a few years to come.
I dream to one day have big storage units that are accessible to other farmers as well, so that we avoid waste. I'm very interested in us being able to process our products down here in Uganda, but to the quality that is export quality.
Now, consistent with our commitment to teach you how you can make money, grow it, and then keep it, today we continue to share with you tips on how this happens.
And of course, it comes from the bottom of our hearts that we want to help you take the next level. We understand the challenges that people are faced during this whole situation of COVID-19, and we don't want you left behind.
You see, we are in an environment where jobs are an issue, consumers are struggling with limited resources, and yet their needs are unlimited. So a startup is going to be successful if it has a product that is consumed by as many people as possible. So it has to be able to reach out, and that's where the digital space becomes important, and be bringing value to this consumer. As I said earlier, convenience, a lower cost, and basically convenience can be in different forms. You have seen delivery, you have seen all kinds of delivery to where the person is, delivered at home, the packaging, all kinds of conveniences. That's where the innovation of the startups are coming through. So a successful startup is that startup that is creating a solution to the many problems that consumers have, and is able and willing to get out to reach these people, and these people find it convenient, affordable to them, solve their existing challenges.
Well, as business shifts online and we discard the brick and mortar spaces for business, now there are certain vices that have come associated with the activity. In this segment, we try to share with you how you can avoid being defrauded online.
Online trading is a broad aspect and it includes forex trading, cryptocurrency trading, stocks, bonds, and so on. It's a very, very wide concept. Today we're talking about forex trading basically. What is forex trading? Forex trading is a global decentralized exchange of currencies for each other. In the forex market contains all aspects of buying, selling, exchanging currencies for each other. With forex, it's done in currencies. We trade in what we call currency pairs. Let's say, I can give you an example of euro against the US dollar. You have to buy one pair and sell the other pair. It's exchanging these currencies. To get one pair, you need to buy or sell with the other. In forex trading, we measure in terms of volumes. In order for you to be able to trade, you trade in volumes. For the volumes, you might not be able to have the capital. You might not have the capital with you to enable you buy a certain amount that you might need to profit from equitably. So what we do, we have brokers, what we call forex brokers, that help you get the leverage, that can help you get lots that are certainly bigger than the capital that you have. How can one avoid fraudsters? Well, it has come to my attention that in the online business, that's crypto, forex trading, there is a lot of people that are ripping people off their money. So, in order for you, you have to be vigilant. You have to pay attention to whichever interest that you might be jumping into. Let's say forex trading. For forex trading, you need to have a broker, like I've told you previously, to tap into these markets. Make sure the broker is verified. Try to make sure you find the license that allows this broker to actually conduct business in this way. Because there are very many fraudster brokers that come on board. For instance, they come with a very good marketing strategy. A lot of people invest with them, and then after a time, they disappear. So make sure the broker that you're signing up with, first of all, has been recommended by a person that knows so much about forex. Then make sure you access, because they all have these licenses on their websites. You try to make sure you look for the license, read through it, make sure it's a legit company. Then after that, you're good to go. The other fraudsters that come in the online business is the people that come to you, talk you into investing with them for you to trade for them. Well, I wouldn't advise you to do this, because first of all, you need a license to be able to trade for someone. And once you don't have that, and someone gives you their money, for instance, you lose it in the market, as I've told you, it's a very risky market, you're going to have to pay these people back, and they are entitled to even take you to jail. What are the challenges that are faced in online trading? Well, the main challenge is due to the uncertainty in the market, since just like any other business, and this is like exchange, it's buying and selling, so it involves price in it, and price is never stable for anything. As you know, that price keeps on fluctuating, price increases, price falls. So the uncertainties in the markets can bring about losses. That's if you don't have the right knowledge to analyze the market and be able to profit off it.
And this brings us to the end of this week's edition of Money and Markets. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Now, for any questions, comments, or suggestions, don't hesitate to drop us a line on your screen. We'd like to keep the conversation going. I've been your host, Charles Boji.
And I'm Shamim K. Matovu.
Have a good evening.
God bless.
God bless.